this tutorial, we'll go over how to filter the data on our dashboard using a drop-down control. Drop-down controls allow users to display query values as a searchable, selectable list to filter connected charts. For this example, we'll be creating a drop-down control using the control editor, which allows us to add more flexibility to our drop-down compared to creating one using the pop-up. To begin creating our drop-down, we'll head over to the dashboard sidebar menu and select Control, Drop-down, and from this pop-up, switch to Control Editor. For this tutorial, we'll be creating a multi-select drop-down for filtering project names of a specific project type. To start off, we'll be adding two columns from the project table. Project ID, which we'll be aggregating as group, as well as project name, also aggregating as group. As this is a key value dropdown, the first column, project ID, will be the column the data is filtered on, while the second column, project name, will be the visible value in the dropdown control. To show only a specific project type, we'll also be applying a filter to the dropdown. This would not be an available option if we were to create our dropdown from the previous pop-up. Heading over to the right, we'll click on Add Filter, Project Table, Project Type, equals, and we'll type in a string value to match the type of project we wish to filter by. For this example, we'll go with Service Desk. Afterwards, we can click Run Query, allowing us to get a preview of our data as well as begin to configure our control settings. We'll name the control Project Name. Since we're creating a key value dropdown, the data type must match the data type of the first column. In this example, Project ID has a text data type, so we'll leave the data type of the dropdown as text. Next, we'll check the multi-select box in order to allow multiple values to be selected in the control. We'll also keep Show Unfiltered Chart Data selected, meaning the dropdown control will be ignored by any connected charts until we select a value for the control. If we were to choose Show No Chart Data, charts would display as empty until a value would be selected in the control. We won't be needing an initial value for this dropdown, and we can now click Save to Dashboard. Now we can place our dropdown wherever we like. In order to connect the dropdown control created through the control editor to charts, we will need to manually edit any existing chart queries. This tutorial will cover how to do so in visual mode. In this example, we'll be connecting our dropdown to a chart that looks at the amount of requests per request type. Let's begin by opening the chart editor. We'll do so by clicking on the chart's More Actions menu and selecting Edit Chart. Looking at the filter section of our visual mode query, we want to include the column that our dropdown will be filtering, making sure that it matches the data type of our control. In this example, we want to add Project ID from the project table as a filter. From here, we want to select an appropriate filter operator. As we have made a multiple select dropdown for this tutorial, we'll go with the IsOneOf operator, and then select our project name control. Wrapping up, we can now click Run Query. This will update the result table with our filter applied, and finally, we can select Save to Dashboard to complete connecting our control. We can confirm that our dropdown has been connected to our chart by hovering over the dropdown, selecting the More Actions menu, and choosing Highlight Connections. Any charts connected to the dropdown will be briefly highlighted with a yellow border. Let's give our dropdown a try by choosing two project names. We can now see that our charts have updated in order to show just the amount of requests per request type of the project names we have chosen.